Hi there, I'm Ismail from Lemon, and today I am going to show you how to use people also ask to improve a page instantly without rewriting the whole thing and also without using SEO tools. Now, the first question you want to ask is why does people also ask matter? People also ask is one of the most useful parts of the SERP because it shows the exact questions Google expects users to have about a topic. So basically, it shows what Google expects users to know and it reveals real search intent and subtopics. And then it helps pages win featured snippets and people also ask spots. So if you answer the right questions, your your content might just show up in a featured snippet or people also ask, which is great for your SEO and it's another source of traffic. So let's look at what people also ask looks like. Now, this is the people also ask section of this search, which is BRIM assessment. And right here, you can see there are answers from people's websites that fit into the questions. And as you can see, there are a lot of people also asks here. Now, as I expand these, Google gives me even more related questions. And this is basically free content guidance. So obviously, you're not going to use all this. You are looking for questions that clearly match the intent of your page. So let's go to the page. So let's say we want to do this for our BRIM assessment homepage that is ranking for BRIM assessment. So we need two or three questions that fit into the context of the page because we already have an FAQ section. We already have an FAQ for the website, but we want to add an FAQ on the web page. So right here, so let's go back to the questions because the context of the homepage, the intent is to get leads and you know, we are looking for questions that fit into that or questions with informational content that are related to the service in a way that makes sense on the service page. Because conversion sometimes is not just about trying to shove the service in the face of the customers, it's also about trying to inform them of things that may be important to them making good decisions about your product and the niche in general. So let's see, what is BREEM short for? That is a good general question. So you can add that in your FAQ. The 9 categories of BRIM is also a worthy candidate. And how long is a BRIM certification valid is a very valid question. So we have our 3 questions. And now let's see if our page answers these questions. So let's see. Full. So there's nothing like that here. Um, there's nothing about the full meaning of BRIM. Let's see categories. Nothing like that. We don't even have an FAQ question section, but it should not. It's not a must that it must answer the question in an FAQ. Even in the content, you can answer questions. Then the third, the third is how long is the BRIM certification valid? Let's see if the word certification has been written. The word certification appears here 2 times, and it's nothing about the duration of the certification. So So now you need to add them to your website. And now you have two options, either to add it as an FAQ or to add it as its own H2 section. But for this, I would think that it makes more sense to add it as an FAQ. So let's go back here and let's turn on Elementor. So let's add an accordion right here. You don't have to add it to the top of the page, but I'm just showing you how to do this. And then right here, we want to copy the question here, and then you paste it, and then you copy. Now, you do not want to answer the question exactly like this, because Google is simply not going to give you credence over the site that is already here simply because you said the same thing that they said. So you need to improve on their answer. So I usually hand this task to my content writer to do. So I'm going to pause this video and write a new version. So here's our slightly improved answer, because you know we don't want to put in too much note in it, because the space for the featured snippet is really small and we want to get straight to the point as much as possible. So we are basically just looking for what small improvements that we can make to the answer, because if you try and go for a long answer, you might end up not featuring. So that's basically an example of how you can use people also ask. So you will also go and copy the other two questions, improve on the answers, and paste them here. Let's just say for the sake of example that we've done this. So all you have to do is publish, and that's it. You are done. And it's important to know why this works. This works because we're aligning the page with what Google already expects users to ask instead of guessing. So, another key thing here is you need to make it a repeatable process. So, you Google your keywords sometimes, you expand the PAA, pick 2 to 3 relevant questions, and add short and clear answers. People People also ask is one of the fastest ways to improve relevance, win snippets, and strengthen pages without rewriting them. If you want to know what Google expects from your content, people also ask will tell you. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you some other time. Bye.